Hello all, my name is Lajja Shah, Assistant Professor from LJ Institute of Computer Application. Today I am going to cover a process scheduling policy from the operating system. The name of the policy is shortest remaining time next. First of all, this is a preemptive type of policy. That means if the current process is running and in between a new process has been arrived in the system and the new process is more eligible than the current process, then the current process will be stopped in between and new process will start its execution. First of all, let's understand what does it mean by shortest remaining time next. At some time interval, operating system will check remaining time, that is remaining execution or the service time for the processes, and the next process will be selected that is having the shortest remaining time. So let's start. Current time is 0th second. Again, at the 0th second, there is only one process for the execution. No need to check anything. So process A will be executed for 2 seconds. At the 2 second, process B will arrive in the system. Now we have two processes in the system, that is process A and process B. Because it is preemptive policy, operating system need to consider the new process with the current process. So the remaining time of both the processes will be checked. A's remaining time is 1 second. How to calculate that? A's total service time was 3 seconds. It has already been executed for 2 seconds. So process A is left with 1 second. Process B has just arrived. It has not started its execution anymore. So its total service time will be considered as the total remaining time. So A's remaining time is 1 second and B's remaining time is 6 seconds. A is having the shorter remaining time. So among A and B, A will continue its execution and B will wait. So process A will be completed after 3 seconds and its value has been recorded in the table, that is finish time, turnaround time and its throughput value. Now the current time is 3 seconds. At this time there is again only one process, that is process B. So process B will be executed for 1 second. At the 4th second, process C is arriving in the system. So now there are two processes to consider for the execution for the operating system. So operating system will check the remaining time of both the processes. Process B's total service time is 6 seconds. It has been executed for 1 second already. So process B is left with 5 seconds. Process C has just arrived. So its service time will be considered as its total remaining time, that is 4 seconds. Among B and C, C's remaining time is shorter than the B. So the current process B will be interrupted by the new process C. So C will be executed for 2 seconds. After that, the current time will become 6 seconds. At this time, a new process has arrived in the system, that is process D. Again, operating system need to check the shortest remaining time among 3 processes, that is process B, process C and process D. Process B is left with 5 seconds. Process C is left with 2 seconds. Hence, process says total service time is 4 seconds and it has been executed for 2 seconds. So, it is left with 2 more seconds. Process D has just arrived in the system. So, its service time will become a total remaining time, that is 5 seconds. Among all the 3 processes, process C is having the shortest remaining time. So, process C will continue its execution. After that, process C will be successfully terminated because its execution time or the service time is served very well. So, its value will be put in the table. At this point, process E has arrived in the system. So, operating system has three processes for the execution, that is process B, process D and process E. Again, check will be made for the shortest remaining time. Process B's remaining time is 5 seconds. Process D is left with 5 seconds and process E is left with 2 seconds. So, process E is having the shorter remaining time. Hence, process E will be selected next for the execution. After that, process E will be completed as its execution time is 2 seconds only. Next, we are left with 2 processes in the system, that is process B and process D. Again, there are multiple processes. So, a check will be made which process will be executed next. Here you can see remaining time of both the processes are same, that is 5 seconds. Now, at this tie-breaking situation, when there is a same value for the processes, moreover the current policy, first come first served policy will be implemented. For these 2 processes, it is checked the process which have been arrived first in the system will get a chance for the execution first. So here process B has arrived first in the system. So from B and D, process B will be executed next. So process B will be executed for continuous of 5 seconds as there is no newly coming process in the system, so there is no interruption. After the completion of process B, its value will be recorded in the table. And last, we are left with only one process, that is process D. So process D will be executed for 5 seconds. After the execution of all the processes, mean value for turnaround time and throughput values, mean value will be calculated. I hope you have understood the policy shortest remaining time, that is a kind of preemptive policy. Thank you.